Wilson, and joining me is Fitchburg native and Hollywood actor Michaela S. Campbell. Please welcome Mayor Lisa Wong. And can you tell us a little bit about these Civic Days?
Yeah, it's been so great so far. I know we had a little bit of rain last week, so we condensed all the events into last night. But let me tell you, the turnout was great. I think we had over 15,000 people. Everyone was having a good time. We didn't have any incidents. And to see the look on this little girl who won the Great Wolf Lodge in a duck race, it was so cute. You could hear her scream across the park with joy.
Yeah.
And it's just so wonderful that everybody came out. And I personally love it when prizes like that go to little kids, because they really enjoy. Exactly. They've always wanted to go to Great Wolf Lodge, and it's right here in Fitchburg. So a lot of great things happening in the city, the Civic Days, this parade. There's a little bit of raindrops that we saw out there, but I don't think it's going to rain on our parade today. I think we're going to have a great day.
That's awesome. And we had a lot of rain on the Long Joe last week, but there was still an absolutely great turnout for it, and we even got to see our very own mayor running in the kids race to make sure everybody was safe.
That's right. I think they called me the sweeper, so hanging out with the last little bikers, trying to encourage them.
That's great.
I could, this is the first time I did the Long Joe route on my bike, and I'm thinking, I can't believe there's two hills and they're kind of tough.
Yeah.
So we've got these little kids with their tricycles. I'm like, okay, come on, we can both do it. We can both do it. I'm giving them encouragement. I'm also giving myself encouragement to make sure I get up the hills.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's wonderful. It's wonderful to be back and see all of the joint community and everybody coming together. I mean, I don't come home too often, but every time I do, it's always for either the holidays or some type of festivity going on, and it's just wonderful to see the camaraderie and everybody just Fitchburg coming together. I love it.
That's right. Things are going well. We had a lot more vendors. I think we had over 100 vendors, which might be a record. They all did very well. A lot of local businesses. So the economy is definitely turning, and we are definitely feeling the effects here positively.
Good.
I know that Fitchburg has a bright future.
That's awesome. That's a wonderful vision to have. I think just saying it, I think manifests some great energy for stuff. Good.
Good. Well, this is my last parade, an 8th parade, so I'm going to have to come back next year and cheer everybody on from the sidelines. So
Definitely.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be part of this for the last 8 years as your mayor.
We thank you very much for your time spent in office and for your time talking to us.
Thank you.
And coming up in a minute, we'll have Chief of Police Ernest Markenhan.
You don't know anything about my reputation?
Yeah, I do. It's pretty damn flawless. You get results, Captain.
You lost men, McVie.
I'm still here. I just want you to know that I'm proud to be on your team. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, let's go.
Isn't there a switch? Oh.
How about that?
It'll work. What's going on?
That's father versus son now.
Nice family.
Here we are with Chief Martineau, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how he keeps Fitchburg safe as the Civic Day festivities come to be.
Well, thank you for having me here. It's been a very busy couple of days. Last night at our block party, we had some exceptional crowds out here, which makes it challenging on our part for law enforcement. And I had a substantial amount of police officers out here last night, and I'll tell you, with the amount of people down here, we didn't have one incident last night. It was remarkable to see that many people on Main Street enjoying themselves, all the different bands, and we had not one issue. And I think, the visibility of the Fitchburg Police Department had a lot to contribute to that fact, and everybody had a great time last night. This morning's another challenge. We were up bright and early working with our DPW, making sure the parade route was safe, making sure the streets were closed down properly. We were out here early. We did the route 2-3 times. And now it's time for us to be part of the parade. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to join my guys down there to be part of the parade. You're going to see a lot of police cars in the parade today.
Wonderful.
A lot of motorcycles. In addition, there's going to be policemen working the parade route, making sure everybody's safe and enjoying the day. So
you do your job, and you guys do it very well.
Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be an exciting day. Really is going to be an exciting day.
Well, thank you so much for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
And We hope to see you right in the parade, and we'll catch you on camera and everything.
Excellent.
And the police sponsor for the race is the Police 5K. Let's take a look at that.
And we are just minutes away from the kickoff here of the annual and traditional Community 5 road race. Celebrities with us right here on my left, and on my right, P.J. Roy, Fire Chief Kevin Roy, of course our retired chief now, P.J. Kearns, Felicia, Rob, and Mike. What a great day, great turnout, things are happening here. P.J., it's great to see you today. You've been here before. What's going to happen?
Well, we're going to have to get a calendar out to measure my time, but it's a great day, it's a great cause, and they tied it into the July 4th event, so it's good for the city, so it's good to be here, I guess.
It is great.
Excellent.
Now, Fire Chief Kevin Roy, of course, and the family is here. I mean, we're represented well. I see the retired chief, Phil Kearns, is here to put up a fight. What's going to happen?
I don't know. Phil will probably beat me as he usually does. That's my guess. He's looking pretty good this year. His retirement's treating him well, so we're looking forward to a good day. Should be a good time.
The matriarch of the Roy family, of course. Great to see you tonight, or today. And PJ, how many years and how are we going to do today?
I think I've only missed one or two of these races since '92 when it began. I'm not sure about my time today. I haven't really been keeping track. I think Chief Roy is going to give me a run for my money. I really do.
Well, it's great to see you today, and welcome back to Fitchburg, of course. Felicia, how many years running?
I just started track this year, actually, so I've been starting to get into running more and more, so I thought this would be good.
This is a great event.
This is the first race.
It's your first race?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So this is going for personal best maybe today?
Yeah, I think so.
Rob, great to see you. This is a community event, and the fire department's well represented. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be racing today. Hopefully she won't leave me in the dust. So I know she will, but I'm just here to get, a good run in, good sweat, and stay healthy.
Mike, how many races for you?
This is my first race as well. Just looking to burn off some calories so I can get them back at the beer tent afterwards.
Right over at the Brewfest, of course. Stay with us right here on FATV. We're going to have more coverage coming to you.
And we are here with the president of FATV, Bill.
Hello, Bill. That 25 cents will get you a cup of coffee, maybe. It's wonderful being the president of FATV, and I've been with FATV for quite a while now, and to work with this group, as you both well know, just last week in the pouring rain, coming down and doing the Long Joe bike race, a lot of people depend on FATV to watch.
So much about Fitchburg.
It really does, and not everyone gets a chance to, get out and watch the program, come down and watch the event. So, FATV being there is really a plus for a lot of citizens. So, I couldn't be more proud of the group that's especially out here today, but was out here for Long Joe in the pouring rain too.
Yeah. It wasn't as much fun as it sounded, but we still were able to bring you a
Come on, you're standing in the pouring rain, you get a camera.
You did your job.
What more could you ask for?
The show must go on.
Show always.
Well, actually, you were
rain
doing
and
the interview, so
Yeah.
you're standing in the pouring rain talking with somebody that you go,
But hey, you do what you gotta. FATV is such a big part of Fitchburg, and we're also blessed to be able to work with you guys and do volunteer work and bring everybody together with the broadcast of television.
Well, I know that we want to let people know that are watching now that the parade is about to start in about an hour by the time it reaches City Hall. So our truck is set up, all the crew is set up. If you want to come down and take a look at the equipment, take a look at the truck, sign up for future events, we'll be more than happy to sign anybody up.
That's great. That's awesome.
So, thank you
All
very
right.
much for
Of
having
course,
me. I
of course.
appreciate
We're
it.
gonna have
And
more of
good
these
luck with
5K.
the rest of the show.
Thank you so much. We're going to have more of the 5K, and then with Sergeant Mark Jackson ahead.
So this Fitchburg Police 5K is 23 years deep. With me, Kasha Smith, and of course the director of this race, Mark Jackson. Kasha, great to see you today. You walked and did well.
I did, and this is, I don't know, maybe been doing this for 5 or 6 years now, so wouldn't miss it.
It's truly a community event. Mark, you have been the anchor in the last few years for sure. This is great, and the tradition continues.
This is a great race. It's a great local community thing, and we're very honored to be supporting the Boston Wounded Vets Run. It's a very important charity that supports wounded vets.
Fitchburg is just on fire, so to speak, this weekend. We are off to Worcester a little bit later to catch the rest of the Lonjo 3-day classic. Of course, tomorrow we'll wrap that up. We're going to head over to the Brewfest in just a few minutes, and that just is more of the same.
It's a great day for the community, and we're just very happy to be a part of it.
We're waiting for the leaders now just to come over the line anytime soon. Stay with us here on Fitchburg Access Television.
Now, as the president of FATV already said, the parade's going to be starting in about an hour. And there's plenty of seats left, so make sure you come right on down. Now, we can't do this without the people that work right here in Fitchburg and that do a lot for all of these civic days. And Michaela, you've done a lot of neat work, haven't you?
I would say so, sure, yeah.
What do you like most about going out and being able to film these movies? And
I think one of the things that I really love about the career that I've chosen and kind of taking the move to LA is you know, hopefully one day when I reach that place of success, you know, coming back to Fitchburg, still being that hometown city Fitchburg girl that I grew up, and you know, I come back here with so much pride, and it's I love seeing everybody, and you know, I'm proud to be able to represent where I'm from and represent Massachusetts, represent Fitchburg, and I think the more accomplishments that kind of come my way, hopefully they continue to come my way, knock on wood, I think that kind of fuels some hometown pride, some family pride, and making everybody here, you know, really proud to say that they've got somebody rooting for them in Hollywood.
And it must be a really big shock to go from a little town like Fitchburg all the way to LA.
Yeah. Well, I went to a boarding school when I was 16, so I kind of got away. Not that my parents didn't love me; they love me very much. Mom and Dad, love you guys. But I really wanted to pursue more of the arts, and so I went from there. Then I moved to New York City. I studied there for a bit. Went off to LA. I studied a bit in London. Got my master's over there, and then traveled back to LA. So I had kind of gradually begun my traveling, and so I was kind of used to being away from home. But like I said, every time I come back, it's a joy. I love seeing my friends and family and representing the Burg, so it's wonderful.
That's great. And we already saw a clip of you in Attila.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
No, it's fine.
But that looked like a pretty good action movie.
Yeah.
That must have been a fun thriller. And
awesome.
we also have a clip of you doing a cheer channel.
Yeah, I played a 16-year-old cheerleader in a series called Secret Diary of an American Cheerleader. So it was kind of fun going from like tough special op Marine. I hope I did them proud and represented them proud, and then to back to my roots as a cheerleader. I cheered for Fitchburg High School, freshman year basketball. So yeah.
Well, I think we're going to take a look at that cheer clip now.
All right, let's have a look.
Well, then what's the stitch?
I mean, we're not going to embarrass Helix. I'm not going to tell him about that one time that you totally face-planted listening to Cash Out, or the fact that you were walking in your bunny pajamas sleepwalking at Worlds. Hannah! I said that I wasn't going to say that.
Look, he is on the football team. He has practice, and he has a job on weekends, so he's kind of busy.
Okay, so when does he make time for you, though? He doesn't sound like a good boyfriend.
You guys, stop grilling her. I'm sure they have their private time.
Corey.
What?
All right, we gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Now, 4th of July means a lot for everybody here in Fitchburg. We've had civic days in the past that have changed and evolved. Now we do the block party. We haven't done the Bernardian Bowl in a few years.
I've never been to the block party, actually. I've only ever come to the parade with my family, buying balloons, buying ninja swords. That's pretty much most of my memory of 4th of July, and then going with, family barbecues. But what are some things that you've done over the years, some 4th of July traditions?
Like you said, bringing home all of the ninja swords and the squeaky blow-up balloons.
Yeah, and those snapper things, the ones you throw on the floor and snap. My parents got annoyed with those.
Those made such a mess.
I know, they did. Then we have to sweep them up afterwards. Yeah, but that's the memories,
That was the
what sitting
parade.
out here means, yeah.
That was the parade. And it's great to have all of those memories of the 4th of July's past.
Absolutely.
And the Bernardian Bowl was a great time. I remember sitting out there laying on the blanket, freezing when you were a little kid, watching everything.
See, what's great about Fitchburg, I think, for me, especially having traveled away and then come back, traveled away, come back, that, the traditions maintain the same. They maintain the same feel and nostalgia that I once remember as a kid. And I think that's my favorite thing about coming back here and experiencing that either nothing's changed or it's gotten better. And I've seen such a big growth in Fitchburg in terms of community and what the college is doing, and it makes it it's bringing back the livelihood of the city, I think, that has been lost for a long time. And I think that things like this make it enjoyable to come back and be a part of, I think.
Definitely, and the civic leaders are the ones that make all of this possible.
Yes.
And
they have so much responsibility. It's unbelievable that they pull all this together effortlessly, and as Chief said, that things go flawlessly. It went flawlessly. So.
Now the City Council, Stephen Hay, has a lot to say about talking about the civics.
Well, Fitchburg Civic Days continues. With me, State Representative candidate Stephen Hay, and, of course, sitting City Council President Steve. Great to see you today. This is just another great event. Fitchburg is on fire, so to speak.
It's a great event. It's wonderful that the police officers, year after year, sponsor this, put it together, and raise money and give it to good causes. I really like the idea that each year they come up with a different group that they're going to give their money to and support, and it's really wonderful. And the turnout is spectacular. I think they got 200, 300 runners today, and that's spectacular.
Fitchburg is of course, a very giving place, and it's just represented here by all age groups.
Yeah, it's one more example of the fact that the people in Fitchburg want to come together to try to help people every opportunity they get, and this is a perfect example.
We're headed over to the Brewfest in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
Now, we got to talk a little bit about our memories already and how much we loved the 4th as a kid. What do you think the 4th means to this generation?
I think it means, pride, American pride. It's showcasing community and things that are exciting that are happening in your own city. I mean, then we've got the fireworks later tonight, and I can remember as a kid us driving on John Fitch and parking the car. We'd get a lot of blankets and we'd put them on the roof, and we just watched the fireworks. And that, to me, being with my family, being in a community where there's just so many people and things are happening and it's exciting and it makes you excited, and that energy you just feed off of that energy, and this is what it's about right here. It's about America and being in a wonderful country, being in New England, being in Massachusetts. So I think for this generation, it instills that pride, that American pride, that Massachusetts pride, and it's events like these that make me proud to be from Fitchburg, and make me proud to see the next generation. The next generation, I say that like I'm 45. I'm not. I'm only 25. I'm not that old.
I loved watching it yesterday at the block party itself. They had so many games and activities for the little kids to do, and it was awesome seeing everybody involved and in such a big unit here in Fitchburg. That everybody had a great time, and like the mayor said, the little kid that won the Great Wolf Lodge trip, and to see the look on her face, she was so happy.
Yeah.
And bringing those kind of memories right into Fitchburg are absolutely great, and keeping the unity together. And we even have events for the bigger kids.
Woohoo, bigger kids. I still think I'm a kid, so I'm sorry.
Everybody's a kid at heart. But we got to go take a trip to the Brew Fest, and we have a few clips of that now.
All right.
We are here at the Nashua River Brew Fest. Trevor Bonilla, Dave Streb, icons and anchors of this event, 7 years in a row?
7 years, yeah. This will be our sixth event in 7 years.
So I've seen that the event gets more automated. We've got a little vehicle here we're operating today, and expecting record crowds.
Yes, we've had more ticket sales this year than we ever have, advanced ticket sales. So we're expecting a big crowd today.
Yeah. At least this piece will be seen, of course, after the event. But if you haven't come to the 7th, you need to be at the 8th. Dave Streb, you're an anchor. You've been here forever. This is a great day.
It is a great day. It's a lot of work leading up to it, but we're all very excited. We think everything's in place. We think we're going to get a good crowd. We think the rain's going to hold off, but we're crossing our fingers, and we're going to do the best we can. And I think everybody's going to have a great time.
And you're prepared because you've got some tents, you've got food, you've got it all.
Yes, we do. We have, what is this, a 60 by 90 tent this year? It's a big one. And we've got food vendors all set up. The breweries will be here probably in the next 10 minutes, so... You know, if you're not here, you're going to miss it.
If you're not there, then be square, right?
There you go.
All right, this is Civic Days, Fitchburg, 2015, and the 7th annual Nashua Rivers Brewfest.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Fitchburg.
Trevor.
Thank you, Fitchburg.
So last night was the Fitchburg block party. I wasn't there, I was in bed early, but Stephanie went. So what did you think about it? Tell us a little bit about what went down, what happened.
Well, we had so many vendors out here that were selling little trinkets and so much good food. There's always good food right here, and the FATV broadcast truck was out here showing off and showing support for everybody that, we're doing all of this stuff. It's bringing light to what FATV really does here in Fitchburg.
Yeah. Well, I think so much of the news now is just showcasing the bad stuff and what's going wrong and things that need to be worked on in Fitchburg. And what I love about FATV and things like last night, the block party, and what you guys showcase, it showcases the good stuff. It showcases what's going on that people want to be a part of, the positive things that are happening, the small businesses, being very present, and the kids are excited about it, and it's just wonderful to see the positive things in Fitchburg that are happening and not showcase the negative. So I feel like that's a lot of what FATV does is showcase the good stuff.
Definitely. And it was great to see everybody come out, and we saw a lot of people give tours with the FATV truck, and it was just a great time at the block party last night. And if you missed it, you got to make sure you come back next year.
Oh yeah. So we're having was the weather okay last night?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty nice because we're having a little bit of mild weather right now for the parade. But at the block party, Glenn Fossa caught up with Lucy and Ace from the Bay State Brawlers, the roller derby, out last night promoting their trade. So that was cool. Let's take a look at that.
So the block party continues with the Bay State Brawlers. With me, Ace and Lucy. Lucy, nice to see you today.
Nice to see you.
And behind me, Nicole and Stephanie. Tell us more about what the Bay State Brawlers are doing here tonight and what you guys do at all.
We're a local roller derby league. We practice over in Lancaster. All of our games we play over at the Civic Center. Our next one actually is July 18th. We'd love to have everybody come down and support us, come and watch. It's a lot of fun, family-friendly events.
Now, roller derby is making a comeback because I've actually had some friends that have been involved in it. So this is an exciting time.
Yeah, we've had the resurgence started back in the 90s, and there's been many, many leagues around opening up. There's probably about 10 in Massachusetts. We compete all over New England, down into New York with New Jersey leagues. So it's a lot of fun to just get out and play with friends and hit people.
There's a lot of science to it. There are actual positions that people play, right? And as you go around this strategy. Ace, what do you do?
I'm mainly a jammer, so I'm the one scoring the points more often than not. So I'm trying to lap the pack as many times as I can and get as many passes in. Every set of hips you pass with the opposing team is 1 point. So trying to get as many of those as possible.
And you've got merchandise here. This is really cool, and a couple of buttons.
Yep, we have t-shirts that we always sell. We have buttons. We have stickers for free and tickets. If you're interested in coming to our games, go to BayStateBrawlers.com. It's $10 for adults at the door. You can purchase them individually
thanks so much, Ace and Lucy, and my friends Nicole behind me here. Fitchburg Access Television continues. Stay with us.
So there are lots of small town businesses, community businesses that are keeping the city going, that are so essential in keeping the city going and making it work. We had, who do we have from Fidelity Bank? Glenn just said. Forgot. It's a little bit early in the morning and I haven't had coffee yet. I will admit that. But yeah, we had somebody from Fidelity, the president of Fidelity Bank, being interviewed, and what else? Who else?
I think we'll roll to the Fidelity clip now.
Fidelity clip.
So Fidelity Bank is also right here at the annual block party. Rick Valley here from Fidelity Bank. Great to see you, Rick. Tell us what Fidelity's up to tonight here with the tent.
Oh, we're just having a good time with the community tonight. Glenn, we've got our tent set up in front of our bank, and when you get holidays like this, it's great for us to get out and meet the people that have been helping us stay in business since 1928. So it's fun.
The weather's with us today, of course. We just had the lawn show, a little bit of weather, but we're back in it, and more like July.
It's going to be a gorgeous night. We've been down here years past where we've had thunder showers about this time, and there's no thunder tonight, no lightning, nothing but sunshine and great people all enjoying themselves. So we'd invite you to come on down tonight, and if you're watching this after the show, which we will be, if you didn't come down, you missed a great time, and we're really happy that we got a chance to see you all. So,
and Fidelity will be here next year.
We will be here next year, and the year after, and the year after that.
As they always have been, Fitchburg Access Television, the block party. Now back to you.
So apologies for the mind fart earlier. That was an interview with President Rick Valley, president of Fidelity Bank. So that's what you just saw right there. But I wanted to ask Stephanie, because her and I have just become acquainted, and she's a Fitchburg native as well. And you said you were telling me earlier that you were homeschooled.
Yep.
So what was your experience being homeschooled? Do you wish that you took part in the Fitchburg public school system? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, thankfully, even being homeschooled, I was able to meet other people that were in Fitchburg High and doing different things. And with my friends, I went to some of the homecoming games.
Okay, yeah.
And I even went to some of the fun dances that everybody did. I had a high school experience just without the actual school part, which I think was better than anything else.
Yeah, because you're not distracted. It's just kind of like it's separate. It's your homeschooling is at home. Did you find it hard though to focus at home? Because you could go to school in your pajamas.
Well, I didn't actually go to school in my pajamas as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
I had to get dressed. Mom said so. But it was easier to focus for me because it was one single thing I was always focused on instead of worrying about the social aspect. Because it's a hard balance for any kid, I think.
Of course, and I was so sad to see that BF Brown shut down. It's kind of, I went to the affiliate school, Museum Partnership School, and it's so sad to me to see that it's, everything's boarded up, and I know that there were some issues with the buildings and whatnot, but it was so great to grow up. I went to McKay, from there Museum Partnership, and then from there I did 2 years at Fitchburg High before I moved to a boarding school, to the art school. But I credit a lot of my childhood and the enjoyment of my childhood to going to Fitchburg Public Schools, to having that experience, that hometown, small city experience in childhood. I think a lot of actors in Hollywood, they go from they grow up there, so they're used to being around the business. They're either their parents are in show business or they're just kind of thrown into it as a kid. And I think there's something so important about having a grounded childhood where you've grown up and been a normal kid. And I think going to Fitchburg Public Schools and having the exposure to the arts that I did was essential. And I think me being bitten by the theater bug, I think I probably would have found this path somehow, but if it wasn't for Museum Partnership School, I don't think I would have, had the experience so young and fell in love with it so young. So I have Museum Partnership School to thank for my love of theater and performing.
Definitely.
Yeah, so FATV works very hard. We had the block party last night. with Scott May, the FATV production, Truck, and Stephanie. So I think we're going to take a look at that clip. All right, let's do it.
We're here at the block party right here in beautiful downtown Fitchburg, and I'm here with executive producer of FATV, and I see it takes an army to run this truck.
Well, Stephanie, it's a lot of work to roll the truck out when we're broadcasting. Tonight we're just displaying it, but, you know, a lot of people come by. We've got some staff here. We've got some members of the board of directors, and we've got a heck of a crowd here for the Block Party 2015 here in Fitchburg. It's a great event, and it looks like most of the city's turned out.
It's been an absolutely beautiful day today, and it's a great turnout, and I couldn't ask for anything better. Now, we're going to do a live broadcast on Saturday, right? The 4th?
Yeah, that would be tomorrow. You know, we started the week at the Longview bike race in that torrential rain. We were all hanging around waiting for the rain to break. You were there. You know what it was like. And it was a long day for us. We finally got a race in at the end of the day, and then we go through our normal work week and everything that we have to do normally at FATV during the week. We were at the block party tonight, and then we end the week with the parade here in Fitchburg tomorrow morning. But the weather is cooperating with us tonight and tomorrow, so we're looking forward to a dry experience.
And we're hoping for one too, because, you know, you can't rain on our parade. Stay tuned for more from the block party and our 4th of July specials.
With us now, we have Tim Douse, who is the education coordinator with FATV, and you do a lot with the high school?
We do a lot with all the schools. We work with Fitchburg State University. We're going to be doing a studio class with them next year in the fall. Fitchburg High School is a big deal. We're going to be doing a full year broadcasting course with them, get the studio up and running again.
Yeah, because they had Red Raider Live.
Yep, that's right.
And which I was a part of. Sorry, continue.
We're hoping to bring back the morning show, and with this full year broadcasting course, teach students about television broadcasting and photography and all that great stuff that we do down at FATV.
I love that. I love that they're inclusive. You know, it's inclusive in the education system now. I mean, they're getting rid of so much that's, I think, important, like the arts and whatnot, and they're making cuts on that. And like I said earlier, that if it wasn't for, you know, my exposure at the schools, at the Fitchburg Public Schools, I wouldn't have gotten where I am. So I think that's super important that you're doing that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and it's not just at the high school. We're working together with the middle schools and even the elementary schools. So we're hoping to start them out young and bring them all the way up so that they're ready.
Where'd you go to elementary school?
I went to Rheingold Elementary.
You went to Rheingold! Enemy.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Now, did you guys have this kind of stuff when you went to Fitchburg High and Fitchburg State?
When I went to Fitchburg High back in the mid-90s, I actually started out at FATV through a class, so I've been a member since 1993, in fact. Wow. Yeah. So Fitchburg Access Television has always been a part of the Fitchburg Public School systems, and now we're diving in even deeper, so it's
wonderful.
Really exciting.
So we've got, what else did we want to mention with the Fitchburg Public Schools and incorporating FATV and...
Oh, I think it's absolutely great that everybody stays so tight-knit together, and it's, again, Fitchburg is one big unit, and we're so blessed to have FATV be such a big part of all of that, and keeping the next generation going with everybody working hard and getting along.
It must be great for you, Tim, to see the evolution of it all from having started off in school to...
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Technology has changed so much. It makes it so much easier for the students to learn. It makes it really great for English language learners because the technology is there to help them with the language. There are so many aspects to the technology of broadcasting that helps out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So we've got more Block Party coming up next with George.
So the block party continues. With me, board member of Fitchburg Access Television and the host of the internationally renowned Chess Chat, George Marajanian. George, great to see you tonight. What an incredible crowd.
This is a fantastic crowd. This is very impressive. I wasn't here last year. I missed it, but I'm making up for last time. Downtown Fitchburg is packed with lots of people. It's
incredible because it almost reminds me of the days of old when Fitchburg was, in fact, packed packed most of the time during these days of Civic Days, these particular dates. And, of course, we just wrapped up on the Lonjo. A little bit of rain, but it went off well.
Well, it's a busy time of the year, especially for FATV. FATV is actually in super mode, come 4th of July and pre-4th of July with the Longzone race, and now with the parade, coming up. And it's the busiest time of the year. While also the fall, when you have the football games starting, that's another busy time for FATV also.
This, of course, will be seen at the pre-parade show just tomorrow, and that's a great thing. We want folks to join George and his show, Chess Chat, on FATV.
That's right. Our show is shown usually the first Monday of every month live, and it's shown 5 times a week at various times, Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can go on FATV.org, type in Chess Chat, and you get the whole schedule as far as when it's going to be shown. And we've been doing this now, let's see, I think it's been our 9th year. We're in our 9th year doing Chess Chat on FATV.
Seen all over the world, by the way. Fitchburg Access Television coverage right here in the community, working for a better community right here on FitchburgAccessTelevision.org.
You don't know anything about my
Nope. And we are still here, and the parade hasn't started yet, so there is plenty of time to come on down. And you want to. We'll be here, we'll be hanging out. We're going to be right in front of City Hall watching the parade go by, which is, again, one of our childhood memories, which you can't go a year without.
It's not too sunny either, so, if you're afraid of the sun, there's no excuse now. You got to come on down.
You don't want to get burnt, No, I've seen many umbrellas on the side streets here in the past years, and you don't have to see any today. It's a beautiful day. It's nice and cool.
We won't need umbrellas for rain.
No umbrellas for rain.
We've got our big umbrella here. We're under a tent, the FATV tent. So I wanted to talk about you a little bit, because you are a model and a dancer.
I am.
And so you are very, you're in a similar profession as me in terms of it being a performing industry.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I work with mostly modeling with a media company right here in Fitchburg, and we do a lot of music production as well as we did a little bit with the magazine world. We haven't gotten into that so much this year because other things have just come more important. But
how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing in a studio in Westminster. I stopped a couple years ago because I graduated.
Yep.
But I was dancing from when I was like age 3 all the way up to graduating high school. I was an assistant teacher for a while, and it was great to see everybody. There were a lot of people from Fitchburg that came and from the surrounding cities. It was absolutely great to have that unity, and I was able to bring it in. And even at the block party yesterday, they have the greatest DJs, and me and a whole bunch of friends were able to go down and dance a little bit down in the back and have a good time.
I missed it. I missed a good time.
You did. You're going to have to come back next year.
Definitely. I definitely will. Hopefully I'll be able to come home next year. We've got makeup and face painting happening. Was that last night at the block party?
We did last night at the block party. That was great.
Lots of American flags.
Lots of American flags. It was one of my friends, Nicole from Face Escape, that was able to do that. And watching all the little kids run around with all the face paint, it was cute.
Is Face Escape, do they do parties?
Yep, they do parties.
Face
Escape? She's done work for my own modeling stuff, and it was absolutely great. And the fireworks last night were incredible.
I know, I heard them. I was going to watch them tonight, but I heard them going off last night too.
Yeah, it was great. They were shot off right over here by the Painted Rock in Fitchburg, and couldn't miss it. It was everywhere. And it's great to see everything come together for Fitchburg. And
are we doing another clip from Longjo? I'm getting that we're doing another clip from the Longjo bike races. We're going to cut to that.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Allison, and we are here for the 54th running of the Longzhou Classic Bike Race. We're here in beautiful downtown Leominster for day one of a 3-day bike race. Stay tuned for more. The Women's Pro has just taken off, and we just wrapped up the children's race. And here I have Ben Artigan, and he just won 5th place in the kids race. I also have Mayor Dean Mazzarelli here.
Who didn't pedal in any of the races, right? But look at, did you see him? He could ride another 2 or 3 races, right? Easily. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Look at him, he's in great shape. Next year, probably first.
What do you think about that? Do you think you can do first?
I don't know.
How was the course?
It's pretty good.
Did you use a lot of energy taken right off, like right away?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, see, that's the tactic. Everybody has a strategy. Some people take off right away real hard, others tack back a little bit and then give it a big kick at the end. Good job. So let's see your medal. Pull that up so we can see it.
How do you feel winning 5th place?
Pretty good.
That's great. You think you're going to come back next year?
Yeah, probably.
Awesome. Well, we hope to see you then. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
This is the 3rd year. Race is getting bigger, more sponsors, more exciting. Now that they've added the children's category. And so it's always a beautiful, knock on plastic here in Leominster. We always get good weather for, the Longzhou. So it's our 3rd year, and it's been just like tonight, just beautiful weather. So we're happy. It's exciting. Great thing on a Friday night.
It's great to bring that much attention into the city of Leominster.
It is. And this will build every year. Every year, more and more people. First couple of years of getting organized, making sure you have the logistics. But now, as you can see, it runs really smoothly. We have to literally block off town on a Friday night at 3 o'clock. But for the most part, it works well.
Race is starting.
We hope to keep this happening here in downtown Leominster.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the parade is getting underway down here, downtown Fitchburg. We've got a lot of fantastic people in this parade. We've got the Fitchburg Police, the Fitchburg Motorcycle Unit, Police Motorcycle Unit, Fitchburg Firefighters. I know that the Fitchburg Rotary Club is a part of the parade. Let's see, who else have we got?
It takes an army here at FATV to bring all of this. I can see people are starting to come down the road, so
here we go.
It's finally getting underway, and there's still time, there's still spots. Come on down and make sure you come and watch this great 4th of July tradition and make it a memory in your own family.
We've got RC Motors convertibles.
We're already cut. Okay. We've got RC Motors that's coming with the convertible, with the King and Queen, and we can't wait to see more as to what's going to happen right here in the parade, and we'll let you watch that now.
This is the crew.
Thank you.
Are there going to be any bands? Any bands in the parade? Any school bands? Glenn, you should know this stuff.
The Men's Pro just underway here right in Leominster. The first day of the 3-leg Longzhou Classic, 54th time. With me, General Manager Don Injemy. Great to see you, Don, with 2 N's, by the way, and Stephanie Allison. Don, tell us about this year's registration. I hear it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we were really fortunate this year. Out of nowhere, last year, well, let me tell you a little bit of history. The first year we took over the race 3 years ago, we had 500 riders. And last year we had 750. This year we have just under 900. So and registration is down nationwide in this race form. So we obviously were offering something that the racers want. They're here from international countries and all over the country just to race in the Longzhou Classic.
Yeah. There's been a lot of criticism, of course. Would the 3-venue race make it? Obviously it has. Longzhou is back stronger than ever.
Yeah, and actually, from the riders' point of view, it's one of the best things we could have done. In the past, the riders have come in and they had one race for the weekend. Now they have 3 races for the weekend, and we're also developing what we call the New England Crit Week, where we had a race a couple days ago in Exeter, New Hampshire, and there's going to be one in Hartford, Connecticut this coming week. So now all the racers can come from around the world and around the country and race in 5 races, and that's what they absolutely love.
Now, how do you broadcast this to gain more racers? How do you bring it? Do you use social media? Do you use advertising?
With the racers, it's somewhat organic because, and a lot of people don't know, this is a team race. And a lot of the teams, once one of the teams hears about it, then another team hears about it, and then another team hears about it, then they all say, you know what, we got to do this before the Tour de France. You know, and so what a lot of these international teams have come in and they race this race to get primed up for the Tour de France. So it's really an interesting race for the industry. We don't have to do anything. They really love the Long Stroke Classic. We're fortunate.
Don Injami, thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day. Fitchburg Access Television's coverage continues. Stay with us.
The Fitchburg Parade has begun. We hear the sirens. They're coming down the street. There's still plenty of room. Come join us. I'm Michaela S. Campbell.
I'm Stephanie Allison, and
that is Civic Days 2015. Come on down.
Come on down.